It was a quiet morning when the sky changed forever. People were drinking coffee, walking to work, or playing with their kids. Then it happened. A deep sound like thunder rolled across the sky, even though there wasn't a cloud in sight. People looked up and they saw a massive black shape floated above the earth. It was unlike anything humans had ever built. It blocked out the sun as it moved slowly over the city of New Haven. The air grew cold, birds stopped singing, dogs barked and ran. Inside then came the voice. It didn't come from a speaker, it came from the sky itself. "We are the children of light, we have come to guide you." The message repeated in every language, every radio, TV, phone, all played the same words. Panic turned into awe. Scientists dropped their pens, soldiers looked up with wide eyes, leaders held emergency meetings, but the people, they believed because the ship was too big, too perfect, too powerful. And then the doors opened from the belly of the ship. Glowing figures stepped out, tall pale beings with silver eyes and robes that shimmered like stars. They landed gently on rooftops and roads. They spoke softly, but everyone heard them. "Do not fear, we are here to help, to teach, to protect. Soon the world welcomed them." Cities built golden platforms for them. Scientists studied their tech. Priests called them divine. Some people even claimed to see visions after meeting them. One man, however, was not convinced. The man who asked questions, Dr. Elias Carter, had spent his life studying space. He was a physicist, once known for his wild theories about alien life. Now he watched the new gods with narrowed eyes. He stood on the roof of his lab, staring at the floating ship still hanging over New Haven. "They're lying," he muttered. His assistant Mia frowned. "What do you mean?" Elias turned to her. "Think about it. If they wanted peace, why land like an army? Why speak like gods instead of scientists?" Mia shook her head. "Maybe they just want to be respected." Elias snorted. "Or maybe they want control." He started asking questions no one else dared to ask. Why did they hide their faces behind light? Why wouldn't they let humans go aboard their ship? Why did they erase footage taken by drones? Why did every scientist who questioned them suddenly disappear? No one listened. At a press conference, Elias stood up and asked, "Who really sent you here?" The alien leader smiled kindly. "You are not ready to understand. That was the last time anyone saw Dr. Elias Cartera's secret message. In the dark weeks past, the aliens stayed. Humanity followed, but not everyone believed. Without doubt, in a small town far from the cities, a young woman named Lena worked as a signal technician. She had always loved radio, satellites, and strange frequencies. One night, while checking signals near a forest, she picked up something odd. It wasn't from Earth. She sat up straight. Her hands trembled as she adjusted the dials. This signal wasn't broadcast. It wasn't meant to be found. She recorded it and took it home. Back in her small apartment, she played it again. It was short, only 6 words. "They are not what they seem." Lena's heart pounded. She tried tracing the source. It came from the alien base outside New Haven, the same place where Dr. Carter had disappeared. She stared at her screen. Someone, or something, was trying to warn them. A whisper in the wind. Lena couldn't stop thinking about the message. Who told no one, not her parents, not her friends. Instead, she began watching the alien base every day. She drove past it, pretending to take walks or jog. She took photos, recorded sounds, watched guards move in and out. She noticed patterns. Every 3 days a new shipment arrived. Not food, not medicine, something else. Boxes marked with symbols she didn't recognize. One night, she crept closer than usual. She hid behind trees, binoculars in hand. She saw 2 figures arguing near the gate. One was human. The other wore the silver cloak of the alien's human. "I told you I won't stay silent, alien. You will forget or you will vanish." Then the alien raised a hand. There was a flash of light. The human screamed, then silence. Lena ducked behind a tree, breath caught in her throat. When she looked back, the human was gone. Only the alien remained. The last warning. Lena. She didn't stop until she reached her car. Her hands shook as she drove home. That night she sat at her desk staring at the recording. "They are not what they seem." She thought of Dr. Carter, of the missing scientists, of the secret shipments. Something was wrong, very wrong. She needed proof, real proof, not just a whisper in the dark. She made a decision. Tomorrow she would sneak into the alien base. She would find answers, even if it killed her. Final twist. The next morning, Lena packed her gear. She had a camera, a recorder, and a map of the base. She pulled on her jacket and walked out the door. As she reached her car, she felt something strange, a presence. She turned around. No one was there, but on her windshield wiper there was a note written in perfect handwriting, "Do not go, you are being watched." Lena's blood ran cold. She looked around, still nothing, but now she knew one thing for sure: she wasn't the only one who saw the truth, and someone wanted to stop her. Lena stared at the note, her hands trembled as she picked it up. "Do not go, you are being watched." She looked around her car again. No one was there. But someone had been close enough to leave this warning. Was it a friend, a warning from someone who knew the truth, or was it a threat? She didn't know, but she couldn't stop now, not after what she saw, not after what she knew. Into the forest that night, Lena returned to the forest near the alien base. The sky was dark, only the stars and the moon lit her path. She moved slowly through the trees. Every step felt louder than the last. Every branch that snapped under her boots made her heart race. Reached the edge of the forest and crouched behind a bush. The alien base stood ahead, tall walls, bright lights, guards patrolling, and something else. A strange tower rose from the center of the compound. It was black and smooth like glass. Strange symbols glowed along its surface. Lena pulled out her camera. Click, 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 click. Photos of the tower, photos of the guards, photos of the boxes being loaded into trucks. Then she saw Ita. Door slightly open, no guard nearby. An opportunity. She took a deep breath and ran fast and low to the ground. She slipped inside before anyone could see her secrets inside. The air was cold. The walls were smooth. Metal lights pulsed softly along the floor. Lena walked carefully down a hallway. She passed rooms filled with strange machines. Some hummed, others flashed red lights. She entered a small room, desks, monitors, papers scattered across tables. She scanned the screens. One showed maps of Earth, red dots marked places all over the world. Another screen showed videos of humans, not soldiers, not scientists, regular people, families, children. It was like they were being watched, studied, controlled. She turned to a stack of papers on the desk. She read the title, Project Clean Sweep. Her stomach dropped. She flipped through the pages. Plans, instructions. Orders: destroy human cities, remove unwanted populations, rebuild Earth under alien control. No, she whispered. Suddenly a voice echoed from down the hall. She ducked behind a desk. Two alien guards walked in. They wore black armor. Their silver eyes scanned the room. One spoke in a deep voice. "We must be ready. The signal is coming soon." The other nodded. "Soon the towers will be complete. Then the humans will forget everything." Lena held her breath. Forget everything. What did that mean? She stayed still. The guards left. Only then did she move. The tower secret. She had to find more answers. She followed the hallway until she found a large door lock. She searched nearby and found a security panel. She used her phone to hack into it, something she learned from watching hacker videos online. After a few tense seconds, beep, the door opened. Inside was a long tunnel. Metal stairs led down. She descended deeper, darker. At the bottom, she found herself in a huge underground chamber. More towers, just like the one above, but these ones were active. Lights blinked. Wires pulsed with energy, and in the middle of the room, a human chained to the wall. His face was bruised, his clothes torn. He looked up. "Please," he whispered, "help me." Lena stepped closer. She recognized him. It was Dr. Elias Carter, the scientist who had disappeared. Truth in the dark. Dr. Carter looked weak, but his eyes burned with fire. "They're not gods," he said. "They never were." Lena helped loosen his chains. "What do you mean?" she asked. Carter coughed. "They came here looking for something. They told us lies to make us trust them, but their real plan, it's worse than we imagined." "What plan?" Carter looked toward the towers. "They built these towers to send a signal that will change our minds. Make us forget everything we know, make us obey." Lena's eyes widened. "They want to erase us," Carter said. "Not kill us, just rewrite us. That's why I tried to warn you," he added. "Before I was taken." Lena froze. "You sent the message?" Carter nodded. "I hoped someone would listen." "I did," she said. Outside, footsteps echoed. More guards. Carter grabbed her hand. "We have to go now. Escape or capture." They ran up the stairs, through the halls. Alarms blared, lights flashed red. They reached the main door. Just outside, two guards turned toward them. Lena didn't stop. She slammed into one. He fell back. Carter pushed the other. They sprinted into the forest behind them. Shouts, gunfire, energy blasts cut through trees. Sparks flew. They kept running. Finally, they reached Lena's car. They jumped Inside, she started. The engine tires screeched. They sped away. Behind them, the alien base faded into darkness, but the danger wasn't over because somewhere in the sky the massive black ship still hovered, watching, waiting, and far away in secret locations around the world. More towers were waking up. Lena drove fast through the dark forest road. Trees flew past like shadows. Her hands gripped the steering wheel so tight her knuckles turned white. Dr. Carter sat beside her, breathing hard. His face was pale, his body still weak. Behind them, red lights blinked in the distance. They could hear the hum of alien drones flying low, scanning the area. "We can't go home," Lena said. "They'll find us." Carter nodded slowly. "We need to hide, but first, we need to send what I found." "What do you mean?" she asked. He reached into his torn coat and pulled out a small black device. It looked like an old USB drive, but it glowed faintly blue. "This holds everything," he said. "Proof of their plan, their towers, their signal, everything." Lena glanced at him. "What kind of signal?" Carter's voice dropped. "One that will make humans forget who they are, one that will erase our minds and turn us into slaves." She swallowed hard. They had to stop it, but how? A hidden friend. Hours later, they arrived at a small dusty town far from New Haven. The streets were empty, the buildings worn with time. Lena parked behind an old electronics shop. She knocked on the back door 3 times. A moment later, the door opened just enough for one eye to peek out. "Lena?" A voice whispered. "It's me," she said. "I need help." The door opened wider. Inside, the room was filled with blinking screens, tangled wires, and strange antennas. A young man stood there wearing a hoodie and glasses. "Hey," he said. "Didn't expect you tonight." "This is my friend," Lena said, helping Carter inside. "His name is Elias." The young man's eyes widened. "Wait. Elias Carter? The scientist who disappeared?" Carter gave a weak smile. "That's me." The man quickly shut the door and locked it. "I thought you were dead," he said. Carter shook his head. "Close, but not yet." He handed the glowing device to the young man. "This is important. Can you upload this?" The man looked at it carefully. "Depends. What is it?" "Truth," Lena said, "and proof that they're lying." The man connected the device to his computer. Lines of data filled the screen. In came the message, "Incoming transmission detected. Unknown origin." Everyone froze. It wasn't from Earth. It was from space. An unexpected vis. The screen flickered, then words began to appear to any human listening. "Do not trust the first wave. They are not gods. They are invaders." Lena and Carter stared at each other. First wave? Who was sending this? The message continued. "We are the freeborn. We were once like them, but we broke free. We have watched your world. We tried to warn you. Now time is short." Suddenly, the voice changed. It sounded older, calmer. "If you want to stop what is coming, you must reach the hidden ship." Lena leaned closer. "What ship?" The screen showed a map. Red lines formed a shape. A starship buried deep underground. "Find it, use it, fight back." Then the message ended. Silence filled the room. Carter was the first to speak. "That ship. I've heard rumors about it before. I was taken. No one believed me." Lena looked at the map again. "Where is it?" The young man zoomed in. "Under the old military base near Denver." Lena stood up. "We have to go." Carter grabbed her arm. "It's dangerous." She met his eyes. "So is staying here." "The hunt begins outside." The night was quiet again. To quiet as they packed their things, Carter noticed something odd. The aliens hadn't followed them. Not yet. "They let us escape," he said quietly. Lena stopped. "What?" Carter frowned. "They had us in the base. They could have killed us or taken us again, but they didn't." Lena's stomach twisted. "Why?" Carter's voice was grim. "Because they wanted us to find this message." Lena felt cold. "You think it's a trap?" Carter nodded. "Maybe, or maybe someone else in their ranks wants us to win." Either way, they had no choice. Now they had to find the ship, even if it led them straight into danger. Final warning: they left the town before sunrise. The young man stayed behind, promising to spread the message online. "If anyone believes me," he joked, "they might actually help." Lena and Carter drove west toward the old military base, toward the unknown. As the sun rose, Carter looked out the window. "There's something else," he said. "What?" Lena asked. He hesitated. "The freeborn called the aliens the first wave." "So?" He turned to her. "There's always a second wave." Lena's heart pounded. "What happens when it arrives?" Carter didn't answer because he didn't know, but somewhere above them in the silent sky, a new signal lit up the stars, and far away a second ship began its journey toward Earth. The road stretched long and empty ahead of them. The sun had risen, but the sky felt heavy like a storm was coming. Lena drove while Dr. Carter sat beside her, eyes fixed on the horizon. He hadn't spoken much since they left the small town. His body was weak, but his mind was racing. "They let us go," he said again, breaking the silence. Lena glanced at him. "You keep saying that. Why would they do it?" Carter rubbed his face. "Maybe they wanted us to find the message, or maybe—" He hesitated. "Maybe someone inside their ranks is helping us." Lena frowned. "Aliens helping us?" Carter nodded. "Not all of them are the same. There's a war between them. Some want control, others freedom." Lena tightened her grip on the steering wheel. "Then we can't trust anyone." Carter looked at her. "Not even me." She gave him a sharp look. "What do you mean?" He sighed. "I don't know what they did to me while I was gone. They kept me in that underground cell for weeks sometimes. They asked questions other times. They made me watch things." "What kind of things?" Carter didn't answer right away. When he did, his voice was low. "Things that weren't real. Scenes from my life that never happened. People who looked like friends saying things they never would." Lena slowed the car. "Are you saying they messed with your mind?" Carter nodded slowly. "I don't know what's real anymore." Lena's stomach twisted. She looked back at the road, but she couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong, a friend or a trap. Hours later, they reached the outskirts of an old military base near Denver. Tall fences surrounded it. Most were broken, now rusted by time. They parked behind a hill and walked the rest of the way. "This used to be one of the most secure places on Earth," Carter whispered as they approached. "If there's anything left, it'll be deep underground." They found a half-buried entrance. Lena pulled out a flashlight and led the way down the dark stairs. Inside, the air was cold and dusty. Lights flickered. Old machines still hummed faintly. They passed rooms filled with broken computers, empty offices, and long abandoned labs. Then they found Ida's sealed door with a glowing panel. Symbols blinked across its surface. Lena stepped closer. "Looks like it's still active." Carter touched the panel. "It's waiting for a command." Suddenly, the lights above them brightened. A voice came through a speaker. "Identity confirmed. Access granted." The door opened with a hiss. Inside was a large chamber. At the center stood a sleek silver craft. Not alien, not modern human tech either. It looked like it belonged to another time. "A lost warship," Carter whispered. "Just like the message said." Lena stepped forward. "Can it fly?" Carter studied the controls. "Maybe, but we need power." As if on cue, the lights flickered again. Then a new voice echoed through the room. Well, I knew you'd come." Lena spun around. Standing in the doorway was someone she knew, her friend. The one who had helped her hack into the alien signal, but now he held a weapon, and his eyes were full of regret. The truth behind the mask. Lena took a step back. "Milo?" The young man lowered his gun slightly. "I'm sorry, Lena, I really am." Carter moved in front of her. "You brought them here, didn't you?" Milo nodded. "They promised me my family back, my brother, my parents. They said if I helped them, they'd bring them home." Lena's heart pounded. "Milo, they're lying." He shook his head. "No, they showed me proof, videos, messages. They have them alive." Carter stepped forward. "They can fake that. I've seen it. They rewrite memories, make people believe things that aren't real." Milo's hands trembled. "You're wrong." Lena tried again. "Please, you helped me. You believed me before." Milo looked away. "That was before I had hope." Behind them, the ship suddenly powered up. Lights blazed, engines rumbled. Milo raised his gun again. "Step away from the controls." Carter looked at Lena. She nodded. In one fast move, Carter grabbed Milo's wrist and twisted. The gun clattered to the floor. Lena kicked it away. Milo fought back, but Carter shoved him against the wall. "I'm sorry," Carter said, "but you can't stop this." Lena ran to the ship. "Can you start it?" she asked. Carter joined her. "Let's find out." One last chance outside. Alarms began to blare. Footsteps echoed down the hall. More guards were coming. Carter punched in commands. Lights flashed. Warnings blinked. Then the ship spoke in a calm voice. "Systems online, weapons ready, navigation set." Lena looked at Carter. "Can it fight?" Carter grinned. "Let's see." The ship lifted off the ground. Dust swirled. Metal groaned. Above them, the ceiling opened. "Freedom and danger." Lena and Carter climbed aboard just as the first alien soldiers burst into the chamber. Too late, the ship shot upward, leaving the base behind below. Milo stared at the sky, fist clenched above. Lena and Carter watched the world shrink beneath the man far away in the stars. Another ship began its descent. The sky flashed red as alarms blared across New Haven. Alien fighters shot into the air like angry wasps chasing the stolen warship inside. The cockpit. Lena gripped the edge of her seat. "They're coming." Dr. Carter studied the glowing panels. Lights blinked all around him. Strange symbols moved too fast to read. He took a deep breath. "Let's see what this thing can do," a voice echoed from the ship's core. "Welcome home, Commander." Lena turned. "Wait. What?" Carter didn't answer. His fingers hovered over the controls. He pressed a symbol shaped like a flame. The ship responded instantly. Engines roared, weapons powered up, shields flared to life outside. Alien ships closed in. Then came the voice again. "Calm, strong, and ready for war. Vigilant online enemy forces identified, engaging." Before they could react, the ship fired twin beams of blue light shot from its wings. One shot, one hit an enemy fighter, exploded into fire. Lena gasped. "That just happened." Carter grinned. "We might actually have a chance." First blood. More alien ships swarmed them. Energy blasts lit up the sky. The Vigilant twisted and turned through the storm of fire. "Can you fly this thing?" Lena asked, holding on tight. Carter frowned. "I'm not flying it. It's flying me." Suddenly, the ship dove fast. Hard. Lena screamed as they dropped toward the city below at the last second. The Vigilant leveled out and skimmed low over rooftops. Alien fighters followed, but one crashed into a tower. Another clipped the building and spiraled down in flames. Carter stared at the controls. "It knows how to fight." Lena looked out the window. "And it's not afraid." Behind them, more enemies joined the chase. They couldn't run forever. "We need a plan," Lena said. Carter nodded. "Let's stop running. Let's hit them back." He reached for another control. This time he pressed a red circle. The ship answered with a new weapon. Missiles launched. They curved through the sky like snakes and struck two enemy ships. Boom. Boom. Silence filled the cockpit. Then Carter whispered, "This thing is incredible." A voice from the pastas. The Vigilant climbed higher. The city lights faded behind them. The sky darkened. Stars appeared. Lena finally caught her breath. "What now?" Carter checked the systems. Then he saw something strange. A message blinked on the screen. "New data found. Would you like to view logs?" Carter tapped yes. A new voice filled the cabin. Older, tired. "If you're hearing this, I'm gone, but maybe the ship still lives. Maybe someone else can finish what we started." Lena leaned forward. "Who is that?" Carter whispered. "Commander Vance. He led the last human mission before the aliens arrived." The voice continued. "We tried to warn Earth. We thought we had time, but they were already here watching, waiting. We fought, we lost, but we left this ship behind hidden. Ready if you found it, then maybe." "Humanity isn't done yet." The recording ended. Lena looked at Carter. "So this wasn't just luck?" Carter shook his head. "No, someone wanted us to find this." Outside, the stars grew brighter and far away. Something else was watching. Names of the lost. Carter scrolled through the logs. Names, dates, missions. He stopped on one file. Personal log. "Commander Vance, final entry." He played it. "Today I made the call we gave everything to. Protect Earth, our lives, our families, our future. But I don't regret it. Because someday someone will rise again, and when they do, they'll know we never gave up." Lena wiped her eyes. "They died for us." Carter nodded. "Now we have to live for them." He stood up, walked to the front of the ship, looked at the stars. "This ship has a name," he said. Lena asked, "What is it?" He smiled. The Vigilant. Just then, the ship's AI spoke again. "Threat level rising, incoming. Signal detected, unknown origin." Lena stepped closer. "Is it them?" Carter shook his head. "No, it's something else." On the screen, words began to appear. "Greetings, Vigilant. We are the Freeborn. We have been waiting for you." Carter and Lena stared at each other. The war had only just begun. The Vigilant flew through the night sky, its sleek frame glowing faintly in the moonlight. Below, cities lit up like stars on Earth. Above, danger waited. Lena stared at the screen as words blinked across it. "Greetings, Vigilant. We are the Freeborn. We have been waiting for you." Carter frowned. "Who are they?" The ship's AI answered before she could speak. "Freeborn. Alien faction opposed to the first wave. Estimated fleet strength. Unknown current location orbiting Earth." Lena swallowed hard. "They're already here." Before either could react, alarms blared inside the cockpit. "Warning. Multiple enemy contacts closing in. Outside the window dark shapes appeared. Alien warships fast and deadly. Carter grabbed the controls. We can't run forever, Lena nodded. Then let's show them what we've got. She pressed a button labeled Weapons Online, the Vigilant. Roared to life, the battle begins. Energy bolts streaked through the sky, explosions lit up the clouds. The Vigilant twisted and turned between enemy ships, dodging blasts by inches. Hold on, Carter shouted. He pulled back on the control stick, sending the ship into a steep climb. Behind them, an alien fighter fired, just missing the tail. Lena, check the targeting system. I've got one. A red lock formed over the nearest enemy ship. Fire! She yelled. Twin beams shot from the Vigilant's wings. Boom. One enemy down. More took its place. They won't stop, Lena said. Not until we're gone, Carter gritted his teeth. Then we hit harder. He tapped a new command. Missile launch ready. He pressed fire. 5. Missiles shot forward like angry snakes. 2 missed. 1 jammed, but 2 found their mark. 2 more enemy ships exploded. Still, the swarm kept coming. We need help, Lena said. Carter looked at the message again. Freeborn, if you're really watching. Now would be a good time, as if answering his call. A new voice filled the cabin. This is Commander Kale of the Freeborn Fleet. We read you Vigilant reinforcements en route, Lena gasped. They're coming? Suddenly, the sky changed. From behind the moon, massive ships dropped into orbit. Silver, sleek, fast-hand. They were armed. The Freeborn had arrived. Truth or trap? The alien fighters hesitated. For the first time, they weren't sure who was winning. The Freeborn ships opened fire. Lasers lit up the sky. Missiles screamed through space. The Vigilant joined the fight. Together they pushed the first wave back. Lena watched in awe. They're really helping us. Carter wasn't so sure, or they're setting a trap. Just then a new signal came through. Commander Carter, this is Commander Kale. You must reach the alien command tower. Carter frowned. Why? Kale's voice was calm. Because it holds the truth about everything. Lena looked at him. What kind of truth? Kale's reply was short. About why they came and what they plan to do next. Carter met Lena's eyes. We have to go. She nodded. Let's end this. The Tower of Listhi. Vigilant dove through smoke and fire toward the alien base below. The command tower stood tall, surrounded by glowing lights and strange symbols. Carter guided the ship. Low landing just outside the main entrance. Soldiers blocked the way. Aliens in black armor raised their weapons. Carter stepped out first. I'm not afraid of you, he said. One alien stepped forward. His silver eyes burned with hate. You should be. Lena aimed her pistol. We know what you're planning. The alien smiled. Do you? Before anyone could move, Carter shouted, now. Lena fired. Chaos erupted. Gunfire, explosions, screams. The Vigilant launched smoke bombs, covering their escape. They ran toward the tower. Inside, the air was cold. Lights flickered at the center of the room. A glowing console pulsed with energy. Carter rushed to it. This is it, he whispered. The heart of their plan. He pressed a symbol. A hologram appeared. It showed Earth, then humans, but different. Their eyes were blank. Their mouths moved without sound. Carter's stomach twisted. They're not trying to kill us, Lena asked. Then what? The answer came in a single word. Rewrite, Carter whispered. They want to erase our minds, make us forget who we are. Lena backed away. That's worse than death. Suddenly the door burst open. The alien commander stepped inside. You cannot stop what has already begun. Carter stood tall. We already have. The alien smiled. No, you've only delayed it. Then he raised his hand and the tower began to collapse. Escape or die. Run! Lena shouted. Smoke filled the halls. Sparks rained from the ceiling. The Vigilant waited outside, engines roaring. Carter and Lena sprinted through falling debris behind them. The alien commander vanished in the dust. They reached the ship just as the tower exploded. Fire surged behind them. The Vigilant lifted off, escaping the destruction inside. Carter caught his breath. Lena looked at him. We did it. Carter shook his head. No, we just learned the truth. He looked at the screen. The Freeborn message still blinked. Reach the alien homeworld, end the cycle. Lena frowned. What does that mean? Carter stared at the stars. It means this isn't over. Far above, a new signal lit up the sky and deep in space. Something ancient woke up? The Vigilant soared through the sky, its engines humming like a heartbeat. Smoke from the destroyed alien tower faded behind them, but the war was far from over. Back at the small town, Lena's friend Milo had promised to spread the truth online and he did. He uploaded everything. The stolen files, the alien messages, the proof that the so-called gods were lying. Within hours, the world changed. People watched the videos and shocked. Scientists confirmed the data. Soldiers began questioning orders. Leaders argued on live TV. A new message spread across the internet. They are not gods, they are invaders. Cities erupted. Some people believed, some fought back. Others refused to accept the truth, but one thing was clear, the illusion was broken. And then came the crackdown. Alien enforcers stormed cities. Protests were silenced. Screens went black. Internet hubs were shut down, but it was too late. The truth had already gone viral. A friend or a foe? Inside the vigilant, Carter stared at the glowing screen. Milo sent this, he said, pointing to a new file. Lena leaned closer. What is it? Carter opened it. It was a video. Milo stood in front of a camera, eyes tired but determined. If you're watching this, then I'm probably gone. But I want you to know I was wrong. I thought they could save us, that they would bring peace. He looked away. But I saw what they do to those who resist. I helped them track you. I gave them your location. I'm sorry, Lena gasped. He betrayed us? Carter didn't answer, his hands clenched into fists. The video continued. But now I've made things right. I hacked into their network. I found something worse than lies. They're planning to activate the towers, all of them at once. Lena's voice shook. What does that mean? Carter whispered. It means they're ready to rewrite the minds of every human on Earth. The video ended. Silence filled the cockpit. Then Carter spoke. We have to stop them. Lena nodded. How? Carter pointed to a blinking signal on the map. This, he said. This might be our only chance. The enemy within. The vigilant landed in a hidden valley far from any city. A group of humans waited for them. Soldiers, scientists, and rebels. One man stepped forward. He wore old military armor and carried a rifle. Welcome, he said. We've been expecting you. Carter shook his hand. You got our message? The man nodded. Yes, and we're ready to fight. His name was Commander Hayes, once a loyal officer under the aliens' rule, now a leader of the resistance. He led them to a large tent filled with maps, weapons, and tech. We've been preparing, he said, but we need more time. Carter frowned. Time we don't have. Hayes looked at him. Then tell me what you have. Carter showed him the stolen files, the plans. The warnings. Hayes read them carefully. Then he looked up. There's someone you need to meet. He walked them to another tent. Inside, a woman sat at a desk typing on a strange keyboard. She looked up. Lena froze. It was impossible. The woman smiled. Hello again, she said. Carter stared. You're supposed to be dead? Her name was Captain Myra Solano. She had vanished years ago, during humanity's first contact with the aliens. Now she was back and she knew the truth. A war we never knew. Captain Solano poured 3 cups of coffee. I was on the other side, she said. For a long time. Carter sipped his drink. You worked with them? She nodded. I thought they were helping us. I believe their stories. Lena asked, what changed? Solano's face darkened. I saw what they did to the ones who resisted, not just killed. Rewritten. She showed them a photo on her tablet, a man with kind eyes and a smile. My brother, she said. He questioned them, then he changed, became someone else. They erased him? Lena whispered. Solano nodded. Piece by piece. Carter looked at the others. We can't let this happen to everyone. Solano met his eyes. That's why I'm here, to help you stop it. Hayes stood. Then we strike first. Carter shook his head. No, we strike smart. He turned to Solano. You know how their system works. How do we shut it down? Solano tapped on her tablet. There's one place, she said, one signal that controls all the towers. Carter asked, where? Solano smiled grimly. In the sky above. Earth orbiting silently was the alien command ship. Destroy it and the towers lost power. Destroy it and Earth might finally be free, but getting there? That was the hard part. The final countdown plans were made. Weapons were checked. The Vigilant would lead the attack. Hayes and his team would create a distraction. Solano would guide them through enemy space as they prepared to launch. Lena pulled Carter aside. What if we fail? She asked. Carter looked at her. Then we won't be remembered as heroes, he said. Just as the last ones who tried. She nodded. They climbed aboard the Vigilant engines. Roared. The sky lit up and the final battle for Earth began. The Vigilant soared into space engines, burning bright against the black void behind it. Earth glowed softly, unaware of the battle about to decide its fate inside. The cockpit. Lena gripped her seat. We're really doing this. Carter checked the controls. No turning back now. Captain Solano's voice came through the comms. Hayes is in position. His team will draw fire from the lower decks. Commander Hayes added, we'll keep them busy. You two get to the core, shut down the signal. Carter nodded. Understood. Lena looked at the alien warship ahead. It was massive, shaped like a dark star, glowing with red lights along its hull. It was protected by dozens of enemy fighters, and they knew they were coming. Suddenly alarms blared. Multiple contacts. Enemy ships closing in. The sky exploded with firefighters. Dove and twisted lasers lit up the dark. Explosions sent shockwaves through space. The Vigilant dodged left and right, avoiding blasts by inches. Hold on, Carter shouted. He pushed the throttle forward. The ship surged ahead. Enemy fighters gave chase. Can we outrun them? Lena asked. Carter didn't answer. He pulled the ship into a steep dive straight toward the alien command ship. Lena gasped. Are you trying to crash us? Nope, he said, just flying close enough to scare them, eh? Second later, the enemy ships behind them fired, but their own lasers hit each other in the chaos. Two enemy fighters collided mid-air. Boom. Lena stared. You just made them shoot each other? Carter grinned. I've been flying long enough to know how they think. More enemies took their place. They weren't going to make it then. Solano's voice cut through the noise. We've got incoming help. Hold tight. From behind the moon, new ships appeared. Freeborn vessels. So they joined the fight, tearing through the alien fleet. For the first time, the tide turned a knife in the dark. With the path clear, the Vigilant docked inside the alien warship. Carter and Lena stepped onto the cold metal floor. Weapons ready. This way, Carter whispered. They moved through narrow hall, shadows stretching around them. Every step echoed. Every corner could hide death. Reached a control room filled with glowing panels and strange symbols. Lena scanned the screens. This must be the signal hub. Carter worked fast, plugging in a stolen device. It'll take a minute to override their system, he said. Lena stood guard. Her heart pounded. Then she heard footsteps, not Carter's. Turned. A figure stepped from the shadows. Her breath caught. It was Milo. His face was bruised, his clothes torn. He raised his hands slowly. I'm not here to hurt you, he said. Lena aimed her pistol. You already did. Carter looked up. What are you doing here? Milo swallowed hard. I had no choice. They threatened my family. Lena's voice shook. You sold us out. Milo nodded. I know, and I regret it every second. Carter narrowed his eyes. Why come here now? Milo looked at the screen. Because I found something worse than the towers. He stepped closer. They're not just rewriting minds. He paused. They're building a new army, one made from us. Lena's blood ran cold. What do you mean? Milo whispered. They're cloning humans, using our DNA, making soldiers loyal only to them. Carter froze. That's why they kept some people alive, not for peace. For parts. Milo looked at them. I can help. I know how to stop it. Lena hesitated. Could she trust him? Would he betray them again? Before she could speak, an explosion rocked the ship. Alarm screamed. Intruder alert! Intruder alert! Footsteps thundered down the hall. Carter grabbed Milo's arm. If you're telling the truth, prove it. Milo nodded. Follow me. Escape or they ran through the ship, dodging enemy patrols. Milo led them to a hidden lab deep inside the warship. Inside, rows of glass pods lined the walls. Each one held a human body. Some were asleep, some were waking clone soldiers, being built for war. Lena covered her mouth. They're making copies of us. Carter stepped forward. This has to end. Milo pointed to a central console. This controls the whole system. Carter didn't hesitate. He smashed the panel with the butt of his rifle. Sparks flew. Alarms blared. Louder red lights flashed. Self-destruct sequence initiated. Carter grabbed Lena's hand. Time to go. They sprinted out as explosions began behind them. Pods shattered. Glass rained down. They reached the docking bay. The Vigilant waited. They jumped aboard. Carter hit the launch button. Engines roared. The ship shot into space behind them. The alien command ship exploded in a ball of fire. The signal was gone. The towers would fall silent. Humanity was free, or so they thought, far away in deep space. Another ship watched, waiting, listening, and preparing. The Vigilant drifted through space, its engines humming softly in the silence. Earth was far below, glowing like a blue marble in the black void inside. The cockpit Lena stared at the screen. Did we win? Carter didn't answer right away. He watched the wreckage of the alien command ship burn into nothing. We stopped the towers, he said finally. But I don't think this war is over. Before Lena could respond, the ship's AI spoke new signal. Detected unknown origin. A voice filled the cabin, calm, strong, and familiar. This is Captain Danevex of the Endeavor. We read your transmission and we're coming home. Lena looked at Carter. Who are they? Carter frowned. That name. I've heard it before. He tapped on the screen. A file appeared. Old, nearly forgotten Project Endeavor. Human. Deep space colony mission launched decades ago. The Endeavor was one of the first human ships to leave the solar system. Its mission: find a new world, build a colony, and return with knowledge. It never came back until now. The lost children return as the Vigilant adjusted course. A massive shape appeared from behind the moon. It was a warship, sleek, fast, and covered in symbols that looked almost like Earth's languages. Two smaller fighter ships peeled off and approached. One opened a comms channel. Unidentified vessel, identify yourself. Carter stepped forward. This is Dr. Elias Carter of Earth. We just destroyed the alien command ship. There was a pause, then came the reply. Repeat, did you say Earth? Carter nodded. Yes, that's our homeworld. Another pause, then a deep, powerful voice took over. This is Captain Danevex. Welcome, brothers and sisters. We are your lost family, Lena gasped. They're humans? Carter couldn't believe it either. After all this time, they made it. Captain Vex continued. We left Earth generations ago. We thought we were alone, but now we see the truth. Our home is still alive and under attack. Carter felt a lump in his throat. You're here to help us? Vex answered without hesitation. We were born among the stars. We fought wars, built cities, survived where others would fall. Now we return to fight for the world that gave us life. War beyond worlds. The Vigilant docked aboard the Endeavor, and Carter and Lena stepped inside. They were met by soldiers, not aliens, not machines, but humans. Tall, strong, and dressed in armor unlike anything on Earth. Captain Vex greeted them personally. You look tired, he said with a smile. Welcome to the last hope of Earth. Carter shook his hand. We need your help. Vex nodded. Tell me everything in. The war room. Maps and data filled the screens. Carter explained the alien invasion, the mind-rewriting towers, the clones, the betrayal. When he finished, Vex stood silently for a moment. Then he spoke. This isn't just an attack on Earth. It's part of something bigger. Lena asked. What do you mean? Vex pointed to a star map. These aliens, the first wave, have been conquering worlds for centuries. They erase civilizations, rewrite minds, turn free people into slaves. He turned to face them. But there's always resistance, always survivors. He looked at Carter. Your kind isn't weak, you're just young, untrained, but brave, Lena asked. So what do we do now? Vex smiled. We fight the enemy's secret weapon. Ours. Later, the Endeavor fleet moved toward Earth's orbit, but something was wrong. Scanners picked up movement near Mars. A second alien fleet was arriving, bigger, stronger, and led by someone unexpected. On the screen, a message blinked to life. To the humans of Earth and beyond, your rebellion ends here. A figure appeared, tall, cloaked in black, with silver eyes. Carter's breath caught. It was the same alien commander who had ruled Earth, but he should have died with the command ship. Lena whispered. How is he still alive? Vex studied the screen. This is no ordinary soldier, he said. This is Commander Zorith, leader of the first wave. Carter clenched his fists. He can't be here. Vex looked at him. He was never meant to be. He turned to his officers. Prepare for battle. This ends now. Final words before war. As the fleets prepared for war, Carter and Lena stood on the bridge. Milo walked up slowly. I know I don't deserve to be here, he said, but I want to fight. Lena looked at him. Why? Should we trust you? Milo met her eyes. Because I helped destroy you once, now I want to help save you. Carter nodded. Then prove it. Solano joined them. Hayes and his team are ready. We'll hit the enemy from below. Vex stood tall. We fly together, we fight. Together, we win together. The Endeavor and the Vigilant launched behind them. The sky lit up with fire. The final battle for Earth had begun, and above it all, in the cold dark of space, something ancient watched, waiting for its turn to rise. The sky burned red with fire, and light above Earth 2 fleets clashed like titans, the alien armada of the first Wave and the combined forces of Earth and the lost human colony aboard the Endeavor. Inside, the vigilant Carter gripped the controls. "This is it." Lena sat beside him, eyes locked on the battlefield. Ships twisted and turned through the stars like angry wasps. Explosions lit up the dark. Captain Vex's voice came over comms. "All units, this is Commander Vex. We fight not just for Earth, but for every world they've stolen." The Endeavor led the charge, its massive hull absorbed blasts meant for smaller ships. Fighters darted between enemy lines, firing deadly bursts of energy, and at the center of it all, the alien command ship floating above the battle, untouched so far. Carter pointed to the screen. "That's where we end this." Lena nodded. "Let's go into the heart of darkness." Vigilant dove through the chaos, dodging enemy firefighters. Swarmed them. One enemy ship fired. Too close. The blast hit their wing. The cockpit shook violently. Alarm screamed. "Hold on!" Carter shouted. He pulled back hard on the controls. The Vigilant flipped sideways, barely avoiding another shot. Then Milo's voice came through. "I'm right behind you." His fighter appeared from the smoke guns, blazing together. They cleared a path. The alien command ship loomed ahead. It opened fire. A beam of red light shot toward them. Carter gritted his teeth. "We're not stopping now." He pushed the throttle forward. The Vigilant flew straight into the mouth of the beast. The god, who wasn't inside the warship, the hulls were silent too. Silent. Carter, Lena, and Milo moved carefully through the corridors, weapons ready. They reached the central chamber. At its heart stood a throne of black metal, and on it sat the alien commander. Zorth looked different now, no longer cloaked in golden light. "Just a man, or whatever passed for one." He smiled as they entered. "You think you've won?" Carter stepped forward. "The towers are down. Your army is broken." Zorth laughed. "You still don't understand, do you?" He stood slowly. His silver eyes glowed faintly. "We are not gods, but we have played them long enough." Lena aimed her pistol. "Your lies end here." Zorth raised a hand. Suddenly the walls around them flickered. Reality bent. The room changed. They weren't in the warship anymore. They stood on a battlefield. Smoke filled the air. Bodies lay everywhere. But these weren't aliens. They were humans, children, soldiers, civilians. Lena gasped. "What is this?" Zorth's voice echoed. "This is what happens when you resist us, when you refuse to be rewritten. We didn't come to conquer. We came to save you from yourselves." Carter clenched his fists. "You killed millions." Zorth stared at him. "We gave them peace." The vision faded. They were back in the warship. Zorath stepped forward. "I could show you more," he said. "But you already know the truth." Carter met his eyes. "No," he said. "You just want us to feel afraid." Zorth smiled. "Good." Then he lunged. Milo fired first. Zorth staggered. Carter tackled him. They crashed to the floor. Zorth fought hard, but Carter had rage on his side. He slammed Zorth's head against the ground once, twice, and then Zorth's body went limp. He was dead. The end of an illusion. Back at the control room, Lena found the Korea glowing sphere pulsed with energy. She looked at Carter. "This ends it, right?" He nodded. "Pull the plug." She did. The lights dimmed across the galaxy. The alien towers fell silent. Every signal cut out. The illusion shattered. Outside, the remaining alien ships stopped fighting. Some fled, others surrendered. The war was over. A new beginning. Back on Earth, people gathered in the streets. Lights returned. Phones worked again. Children laughed. For the first time in years, humanity remembered who they were. In the skies above, the Endeavor prepared to depart. Captain Vex spoke to Carter and Lena. "Earth is free, but you both proved something today. You're not just survivors, you're leaders." He offered his hand. "We need people like you out there among the stars." Carter looked at Lena. She smiled. "We're not done yet." They stepped aboard the Endeavor, leaving Earth behind as the ship rose into the sky. Lena looked down. One last Team A single message blinked across the planet's largest screen. "We are not your children. We are your equals." Final words far away in deep space. A new signal began to rise. Something ancient had been watching, waiting, listening, and now it stirred. But that is another story. The end.